जय जय श्री गांधर गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वगुणाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंहदेव भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की श्वेत पावन श्री प्रभुपाद की जय प्रेमानंद हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण यस
Hare Krishna to all. Welcome you all again once again to the day 20 session of the Bhagavad session. Today we'll learn about biography of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhuji's life journey from birth till their last day, how they spent time on spreading the Krishna consciousness to the entire world. So Prabhuji will first start with the Mangalachan, right? So Prabhuji will start with the Mangalachan. You all be ready with for video session.
Will you share the screen? Will you share the screen?
Yes, bro. I can share the screen here. I have Mangalachan.
Yeah, full Mangalachan.
Bro, I have it.
Yes, you share. And Raja Prabhu will. Okay.
Hare Krishna, everyone. I request everyone to turn on your videos and fold your hands like this. So I would take your photos.
Chandrasekhar Prabhu, you have to take the first page. This
yes,
is second. This is the full.
Prabhu, your network is.
Find this in Bhagavad Gita introduction. The whole. Still.
Prabhuji, your voice is breaking, Prabhu.
Okay.
I request everyone to sit in one place. Please do not move while I'm taking a screenshot. So keep your mobile phone in one place where the lighting condition is very good.
Okay.
I think I request everyone to turn on at least for the last day. There are 42 participants. Only I see 15 participants have turned on videos. I request everyone to turn on your videos. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes. Is my network okay now?
Okay, Prabhu, but your network's strength is showing still yellow or red, Prabhu.
Let us chant Mangalachan. Meanwhile, something Krishna. Let's start. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Vena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Mano Vishtam Stapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrachatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Shcha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Paditanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jayapataka Swami Niti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitakrabhavadaya Gaurgatadavadaya Ragaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Dangai Girigat Kritatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandam Madhvam Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. You can start.
So now we'll play the video and then we'll do the reading part of.
Yes. This is a small video, and 20 minutes, I think. First we'll play this video, then we'll read the video.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Calcutta, 1896, the capital of India, the crown jewel of the British Empire, an elegant city of wide avenues and spacious parks. It is here that Aboy Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami is born. A pure devotee of Krishna from birth, Aboy Charan is raised in a well-to-do mercantile family. From infancy, he goes with his father to the Radha Krishna temple, and at age 4, the child spontaneously begins worshipping similar deities in his home. When Aboy Charan hears of Ratha Yatra, a traditional festival in honor of Lord Krishna, it further inspires his natural devotion. With his father's help, every year he holds his own small celebration, drawing the neighborhood children into the festivities. At age 8, Aboy Charan enters the nearby Mati Lal Seal School. After graduation, he attends Scottish Churches College, one of the most respected in Calcutta. At the time, Mahatma Gandhi is organizing his countrymen in a nationwide boycott of everything British. Gandhiism is surging through India, uniting her in a massive non-cooperation movement. Sensitive to British subjugation of India's culture and people, Aboy Charan becomes an early supporter of Gandhi's movement. But 1922 marks a turning point in Aboy Charan's life. He meets Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, the greatest devotee of Krishna of his time. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta belongs to the disciplic succession of spiritual masters extending back to Lord Krishna himself. He convinces Aboy Charan that Krishna's spiritual message transcends India's dependent position. Nothing is more important. He requests Aboy Charan to spread Krishna consciousness in the Western world. Aboy Charan hears and is deeply impressed. By this time, Aboy Charan has a growing family. He moves to Allahabad and starts a successful pharmacy. All the while, his spiritual master's words remain implanted in his heart. In 1933, he becomes a disciple of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, who comments, he will do everything in due time. 3 years later, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta leaves this world, after again requesting Aboy Charan to preach in English. Aboy Charan takes his words to heart and starts writing prodigiously. In 1944, he single-handedly begins publishing and distributing Back to Godhead, a fortnightly. The first issue addresses the crisis of war. The Second World War within 20 years is scourging the earth. Back to Godhead points out that people throughout the world want an end to war. But so often they want God's kingdom without God, and they cannot have it. All our plans will be doomed to failure by our own selfishness unless we turn to God. After the war, Aboy Charan moves to Jhansi and founds the League of Devotees. He prepares a charter for an international organization, its members dedicated to a peaceful, God-centered life. Following tradition, at age 58, Aboy Charan retires from family life, and 5 years later accepts the renounced order. He is now known as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. He lives alone in the historic medieval temple of Radha Damodar in Vrindavan, engaged in deep studies and writing. It was in Vrindavan that Lord Krishna revealed his pastimes 50 centuries ago, and saintly persons throughout the ages have worshipped this land as the most sacred on earth. Unlike other holy men who live there, Bhaktivedanta Swami is not thinking of retiring. For him, Vrindavan is a source of inspiration, an ideal place to chant, worship, and write. Here he begins work on his life's masterpiece, translation and commentary on the monumental devotional classic Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhaktivedanta Swami calls it a cultural presentation for the re-spiritualization of the entire human society. But often he leaves Vrindavan to print his magazine and books in nearby Delhi. Traveling takes time and tolerance, but Bhaktivedanta Swami accepts it as part of his spiritual mission to broadcast devotional service to Lord Krishna. In Delhi, Bhaktivedanta Swami personally distributes copies of Back to Godhead, and with small donations, struggles to maintain the publication. By 1964, Bhaktivedanta Swami completes 3 volumes of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri lauds his accomplishment and recommends his books for placement in India's public libraries. Sumati Morarji, chairman of the Scindia Steamship Company, gives contributions for printing Bhaktivedanta Swami's books and arranges for his passage to America. Bhaktivedanta Swami, a lone mendicant, 70 years old, traveling halfway across the world. His only resources, the message he carries and his unflinching faith. The voyage on the Jaladuta proves a great trial. Bhaktivedanta Swami endures seasickness and then suffers severe chest pains. In 2 days he has 2 heart attacks. If another comes, he thinks he will surely not survive. But gradually he recovers. He writes, "I feel today better, but I am feeling separation from Vrindavan. I have no qualification, but I have taken up the risk just to carry out the order of my spiritual master." September 17th, 1965. The Jaladuta arrives in Boston Harbor. On board, Bhaktivedanta Swami writes, "My dear Lord Krishna, you are so kind upon this useless soul, but I do not know why you have brought me here. Most of the population here is absorbed in material life. How will I make them understand your message? I can simply repeat your words, and if you like, you can make my power of speaking suitable for their understanding. I have no devotion, nor do I have any knowledge, but I have strong faith in the holy name of Krishna. I have been designated as Bhaktivedanta, devotion with knowledge, and now, if you like, you can fulfill the real purport of Bhaktivedanta. Signed, the most unfortunate, insignificant beggar, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami." Bhaktivedanta Swami arrived in America during a decade of discontent. There's widespread dissatisfaction with America's war in Vietnam and with what some consider her racist, exploitative dealings at home and abroad. Disillusioned by the establishment, the youth create a counterculture of their own. Around the time Bhaktivedanta Swami came, waves of Americans are breaking away from the status quo, searching for an alternative. Krishna was all along preparing something, Bhaktivedanta Swami later wrote, and he brought you to me one by one, sincere boys and girls, to be trained in Krishna consciousness. Now I can see that it is a miracle. Otherwise, one old man with only a few books to sell for barely getting food, how could he survive, what to speak of introducing a God-conscious movement in a materialistic society? For Bhaktivedanta Swami, these are happy days. Singing and speaking with the vigor of a young man, he brings the Hare Krishna movement into the public eye by chanting in the parks, by distributing Back to Godhead magazine, by holding free Sunday love feasts. Many are attracted. His hopes for the future expand without limit. The Hare Krishna movement has taken root.
I'll now share the PDF of biography. You all can participate in reading that. Yes. So you can see the screen, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay. First, Kishore Prabhu. After Kishore, Trupti Raj Mataji. Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Can you read this, Prabhu?
Okay. A brief biography of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society of Krishna Consciousness, the Krishna Movement, Hare Krishna Movement. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada appears in this world in 1896 in Calcutta, India. He first met his spiritual master Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, a prominent religious scholar and founder of 64 Gaudiya Maths Vedic Institutes in Calcutta in 1922. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati liked this educated young man and convinced him to dedicate his life to teaching Vedic knowledge. Srila Prabhupada became his devoted student, and in 1933 he is formally initiated disciple.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Trupti Raj Mataji. After her, it is Sanjeev Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, you can read the next paragraph. Can make it little below Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Prabhu. Yeah, so that it shouldn't confuse. No? Yeah. Yes, yes, Mataji.
At their first meeting, Sri Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati requested Srila Prabhupada to broadcast Vedic knowledge in English. In the year that followed, Srila Prabhupada wrote a scholar commentary on Bhagavad Gita and assisted the Gaudiya Math in its preaching work. In 1944, Prabhupada published Back to Godhead, a fortnight newspaper written in English, signed Ledet Sri Prabhupada.
Single-handedly.
Single-handedly, Srila Prabhupada edited the typed the manuscripts, checked the God-headed, is now being continued by his disciple in the West in glossy, full-colored magazine format.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Next, Sanjeev Prabhu. Yes, you can unmute. After Sanjeev Prabhu, Vinod V. Bandi. Yes.
In 1950, Srila Prabhupada retired from married life, adopting the Vanaprastha retired order of life to devote more time to his studies and writing. He traveled to the holy city of Vrindavan, where he lived in humble circumstances in the historic temple of Radha Damodara. For several years, he wrote prolifically and immersed himself in deep study. Prabhupada accepted the renounced order of life or sannyasa in 1959 at Radha Damodara temple. Srila Prabhupada began work on his life's masterpiece, a multi-volume translation and commentary on the 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, the Bhagavata Purana. At this time, he also penned Easy Journey to Other Planets, which focused on what Vedic literature of 5,000 years ago had to say about the aspirations of space-age man.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Next, Vinod Prabhu. Vinod P.
After publishing
Dhirendra Prabhu. Yes.
After publishing 3 volumes of of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada at 69 years of age embarked on an arduous journey by sea to the USA in September 1965. His mission was to fulfill the order of his spiritual masters and preach the message of Lord Chaitanya to the Western world. His divine grace continued to translate more than 50 volumes of authoritative commentated translations and summary studied of the philosophical and religious classics of India.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dhirendra Kumar Prabhu. After that, it's Jai Sudha Mataji. We can make it down, Prabhu, rather than coloring it or highlighting. Yes, the first line should be the thing which is a reading. Yes.
Prabhu, when he first arrived at fire in New York City, Srila Prabhupada was practically penniless. After almost a year of the intense hostilities, he established the International Society of Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON, in July 1966. Before he passed away on 14 November 1977, he had guided the society and seen it grow to the World Confederation of more than 100 ashrams, schools, temples, institutes, and farm communities. In 1972, His Divine Grace introduced a Vedic system of primary and secondary education in the West by founding the Gurukula schools in Dallas, Texas. Since then, his disciples have established similar schools throughout the USA and the rest of the world.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Next, Jai Sudha Mataji. After Jai Sudha Mataji, it is Mahalakshmi V.
Sir, make it this one, no? I can't see.
Can't see. Make it a little bit more bigger, Prabhu. No, 200 becomes much more bigger, no? You cannot just.
This one, sir. Srila.
Wait. 180, you can type 180, Prabhu. You can type 180. Yes. Yes, Mataji.
Srila
Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada also inspired the constructions of several large international cultural centers in India. The society's headquarters at Sri Dhama Mayapura is the site for the spiritual cities and the ambitious project for which the constructions will be extended over many years to come in the Vardhavana. Vrindavana are the magnificent Krishna's, Balarama's, Mandira and international guest house, Gurukula schools and Srila Pada Prabhu Memorial and museums. There is also a major cultural and educational centers in Bombay, while the major centers are planned in Delhi and in a dozen other important locations on the Indian subcontinent.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Mahalakshmi V. After Mahalakshmi V, it is Chenchula Lakshmi.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Mataji, if you have one more device, please turn it on.
His divine grace, most significant contribution.
Mataji, please turn off another device which you are having there. Others will be getting this echo. Okay. Now you can unmute. Still you have that device. You have to turn off the other device. Whether your mother, father, anyone is having also, you have to turn it off. Otherwise, the echo will become. Okay. By that time, you turn it off. Chanchala Lakshmi can read this. Yes, Mataji. You can unmute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
His divine grace most significant contribution, however, is his books, highly respected by scholars for their authority, depth and clarity. They are used as textbooks in numerous college courses. His writings have been translated into more than 50 languages and sold in hundreds of millions. The Bhaktivedanta Book Trust BBT, established in 1972 to publish the works of His Divine Grace, has thus become the world's largest publisher of book in the field of Indian religion and philosophy.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare
Now, Mahalakshmi Mataji, can you read now?
Yes, Prabhu. In just 12 years, and despite his advance, and Srila Prabhupada circled the globe 14 times on the lecture tours across 6 continents. At this vigorous schedule did not slow his prolific literacy output. His writings constitute a veritable library of Vedic philosophy, religion, literature, and culture. Srila Prabhupada wrote and published more than 80 volumes of spiritual literature, which he considered to be his most important contribution for the benefit of humanity. Despite the heavy demands of establishing the managing a worldwide movement of Srila Prabhupada never failed to rise in the very early hours to perform his beloved writing work. He applied great devotion and care and in translating the ancient Vedic literatures into English from original Sanskrit and Bengali languages. He would then dictate his famous Bhaktivedanta purports, further explaining the meaning of each verses and its relevance to the modern age. His books are highly acclaimed by scholars and students alike. See reviews below. The Prabhupada connection encourages everyone to take advantage of these timeless literatures, which are so rich in spiritual knowledge and potency.
Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Next, Sridhar Prabhu. So after Sridhar, Ashok Chaudhary Prabhu. So I'm calling the names who have turned on their videos. Okay. Yes, Prabhu.
The governing body commission GBC has made available a booklet in a PDF format, establishing Srila Prabhupada position as founder Acharya. The publications is an important need and will benefit devote generation after generation. You may visit their website fundamentalchari.com to download your copy.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Next, Ashok Prabhu. Ashok.
Books by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. These books are also available at our temple shop. Bhagavad Gita as it is. Srimad Bhagavatam Cantos 1:10, 29 volumes. Sri Chaitanya Sarita Mantra 17 volumes. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, the Nectar of Devotion. Shri Ishopanishad, Easy Journey to Other Planets. Krishna's Consciousness, the topmost yoga system. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, had 3 volumes. Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers. Dialectical Spiritualism, a Vedic view of Western philosophy. Teaching of Lord Kapila, the son of Dehuti. Transcendental Teachings of Prahlad Maharaja. Teachings of Queen Kunti. Krishna, the Reservoir of Pleasure, the Science of Self-Realization, the Path of Perfection. Life comes from life, the perfection of yoga. Beyond birth and death, on the way to Krishna, Raja Vidya, the king of knowledge. Where did I miss it out? Teachings of Queen Kunti. Okay, Elevation to Krishna's Consciousness. Krishna's Consciousness, the matchless gift. Back to Godhead magazine.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Now we can see some of the great personalities, what they have said about Srila Prabhupada's scholarly books. Okay. Next is Sanjana Mataji. After Sanjana Mataji, Hari Chandana.
Scholars review Srila Prabhupada's books. On Bhagavad Gita as it is, no work in all Indian literature is more quoted because none is better loved in the West than the Bhagavad Gita. Translation of such a work demands not only knowledge of Sanskrit, but an inward sympathy with the theme and a verbal artistry. For the poem is a symphony in world in which God is seen in all things. The Swami does a real service for students by investing the beloved Indian epic with fresh meaning. Whatever our outlook may be, we should all be grateful for the labor that has led to this illuminating work.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Hari Chandana Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Dr. Getz McGregor, Emeritus Distinguished Professor of Philosophy, University of Southern California. The Gita can be seen as the main literary support for the great religious civilization of India, the oldest surviving culture in the world. The present translation and commentary is another manifestation of the permanent living importance of the Gita. Thomas Merton, theologian. I am most impressed with A.C. Bhagavad Gita, Swami Prabhupada's scholarly and
A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada scholarly.
I am most impressed with A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's scholarly and authoritative edition of Bhagavad Gita. It is a most valuable work for the scholar as well as the layman and is of great utility as a reference book as well as a textbook. I promptly recommend this edition to my students. It is a beautifully done book.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Next, Bhavani Mataji. So after Bhavani Mataji, whoever is willing can raise your hand because or not turned on your videos. I'm not calling your name. Yes. Yes. After that, Surabhi Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dr. Samuel A. Atkins, Professor of Sanskrit, Princeton University, as a successor in direct line from Chaitanya, the author of Bhagavad Gita, as it is is entitled, according to the Indian custom, to the majestic title of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The great interest that his reading of Bhagavad Gita holds for us is that it was as an authorized interpretation according to the principles of Chaitanya tradition. Olivier Lacombe, professor of Sanskrit and Indology, Sorbonne University, Paris. I have had the opportunity of examining several volumes published by the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust and have found them to be of excellent quality and of great value for use in college classes on Indian religions. This is particularly true of the BBT edition and translation of Bhagavad Gita.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Next, Surevi Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Dr. Frederick B. Underwood, Professor of Religion, Columbia University. If truth is what works, as Pierce and the pragmatists insist, there must be a kind of truth in the Bhagavad Gita as it is, since those who follow its teachings display a joyous serenity, usually missing in the bleak and strident lives of contemporary people. Dr. Elvin H. Powell, Professor of Sociology, State University of New York, Buffalo. There is little question that this edition is one of the best books available on the Gita and devotion. Prabhupada's translation is an ideal blend of literal accuracy and religious insight. Dr. Thomas J. Hopkins, Professor of Religion, Franklin and Marshall College. The Bhagavad Gita, one of the great spiritual texts, is not as yet a common part of our cultural millennium. This is probably less because it is aligned per se than because we have lacked just the kind of close interpretative commentary upon it that Swami Bhaktivedanta has here provided, a commentary written from not only a scholar's but a practitioner's, a dedicated lifelong devotee's point of view.
Thank you, Mataji. Can someone raise your hand? Do not turn on your videos. No? See, this contains of 11 pages, Tilak Kumar. So 11 pages where there's a glorification of Prabhupada's writings and who have changed their lives and transformed their lives by just reading this Prabhupada's books. So I need someone to speak something of Srila Prabhupada also, or of this 18 days. Tomorrow will be the last 18th day. But still, for the 17 days, what you have learned in this Bhagavad Gita, how it has been transformed you. So, what I can say, it inspires others also by hearing some transformation in us. If somebody is willing, you can come forward and speak. Later, the first we can have this reading session, then we'll see. Yes, Tilak Kumar?
Yes, Prabhuji. The increasing numbers of Western readers is interested in the classic Vedic thoughts has been done a service by the Swami Bhaktivedanta by bringing us a new and living interpretation of the text already knowing to many. He has increased our understanding manifold. Dr. E. Watts C. Dickmox, Department of South Asian Language and Civilization, University of Chicago. The scholarly world is again indebted to the A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Although the Bhagavad Gita has been translated many times, Prabhupada added a translation of singular importance with his commentary.
Yes, thank you. Vinod Prabhu. After Vinod, Suman.
Francisco Chenuke Professor of Religious Science, Institute of Political Studies, Paris, France. As a native of India, now living in the West, it has given me much grief to see so many of my fellow countrymen coming to the West in the role of gurus and spiritual leaders. For this reason, I am very excited to see the publications. The publications of the Bhagavad Gita as it is by Sri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. It will help to stop the terrible cheating of false and unauthorized gurus and yogis.
Let's read the top one. Yes, this one.
Dr. J. Stilson Judah, Professor of History, Professor of the History and Religions and Director of Libraries, Graduate Theological Union, Berkeley, California. Srila Prabhupada edition thus full a sensitive gap in France, where many hope to become familiar with the traditional Indian thoughts beyond the commercial East-West hodgepodge that has arisen since the time European first penetrated India. Wherever the reader be an adept of Indian spiritualism or not, reading of the Bhagavad Gita as it is will be the extremely profitable for many. For many, this will be the first contact with the true India and ancient India, the ancient India and eternal India.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So next, Suman Mataji. So this can be the last reading portion, and the later part you can share your realization and your experiences. Okay, yes, Mataji. Dr.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Dr. Kailash Vajpayee, Director of Indian Studies, Center for Oriental Studies, the University of Wester. It is deeply felt, powerfully conceived, and beautifully explained work. I don't know whether to praise more this translation of the Bhagavad Gita. It is daring method of explanation or the endless fertility of its ideas. I have never seen any other work on the Gita with such an important voice and style. It will occupy a significant place in the intellectual and ethical life of modern man for a long time to come. Dr. Saligram Shukla, Professor of Linguistics, Georgetown University. I can say that in the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, I have found explanations and answers to questions I have always posed regarding the interpretations of this sacred work, whose spiritual discipline I greatly admire. If the asceticism and ideal of the apostles, which form the message of the Bhagavad Gita as it is, were more widespread and more respected, the world in which we live would transformed into a better, more fraternal place.
Yes, thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Probably we can stop sharing. So I request each and every devotee, please to share your realizations and the experience, what you have experienced from past this 2 weeks or 17 days. or today's session, at least the Srila Prabhupada's session, how much he has sacrificed, how he traveled from India to USA, how we have struggled to, what I can say, build or create this movement of ISKCON. So many things. Okay. Yes. Lavanya Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, I would like to say what changes I have seen in my life after joining the sessions.
Yes.
I'm just trying to control my anger a lot. And one more thing, like I'm becoming more Krishna conscious. Without unknowingly, I'm just chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And I'm seeing before joining also, I have one only request. I want to see good in others. I just don't want to change my mind to negative thoughts. I want to see positive, everything as a positive. That's what I'm looking now. Thank you for the sessions, Prabhuji.
Great, great, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. And others? Can raise your hand. Yes, Harichandran.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So I was actually in Bangalore, so I was going out. ISKCON people were sharing that envelope about that
yes.
ISKCON Bhagavad Gita, and I went off I went 1 kilometer away, but then something hit me, so return. I came back and then I asked them. So they've told me that it's a Bhagavad Gita session. It's going on online. You can join to WhatsApp. So I came back to my hometown. Since then till now, I woke up morning at 5:30. Never before I did. I mean the dedication, I don't know. And I chant Hare Krishna mantra daily. And morning after this class, I actually go sit and listen to Prabhupada's saying that is for 1 or 2 times. I just sit and listen. That actually gives me peace. And at home, I actually changed myself because previously I used to be very angry, and my anger has been controlled, and I'm being positive, not comparing myself with others. Just going on with the flow, believing in Krishna that everything will be fine. Everything happens for a reason.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Yes. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare
Krishna. Surabhi Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to personally thank you and all the co-hosts of this meeting, Chandrasekhar Prabhuji, and I might not know everybody personally, but I'm really grateful to all of you for organizing this class. And I've been trying to read and understand Bhagavad Gita from, I think, a few months now. And it's just so happened that everything is coming into place, finding about this class and everything is just moving, making me move in the same direction. So that is God's grace. One very beautiful thing that I've learned from this class is chanting and Naivedyam, which I never knew about previously. And it's like I don't have to go to any temple to find Baba, Lord's Prasad. It's like I'm taking it every day. So thank you so much for introducing.
Yes, yes, Mataji. You can make a house as temple.
A temple, definitely, yes. And I really look forward to more such classes from this organization. Thank you, Prabhupada.
Yes. So there'll be continuation of the sessions. 30 minutes of classes. So Sindhu Mataji will be continuing. Anyhow, I'll introduce her on the next day, that is on Sunday, last day I'll introduce her. Okay. And Anil Prabhu. Right? Yes. Next.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Next.
Hello. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for the great sessions for these 18 days. Really, I would like to share my experience. See, I'm really became punctual even without alarm. I'm getting up at 5:15 exactly, not 5 o'clock. I'm thinking to get up at 5 o'clock, but somehow I'm able to get up at 5:15. Only yesterday I missed one session, except that I participated in all the sessions. Yesterday, because of some personal reason, my friend's wife, she got admitted in hospital, so we had to go. So I missed that. But really it changed me like in a different ways. I am trying to apply whatever you told in the real life also. I think second day or third day you told one thing like if there is any problem, if you do something, then why do you need to worry? If
Yeah,
you
the
don't-
last.
Yeah. If you can't do anything, why do you need to worry about it? So that's really a great thing actually. So I'm trying to look at everything in the same way. So I'm not feeling any pressure or stress or anything. So I'm looking everything in the same way. So it's a really great session. Thank you so much for the session.
Yes.
Hope I'll be continuing. Not hope. I will definitely continue with this. There's
Yes,
no hope.
please do continue.
Thank you, Prabhu.
What about your family?
Yeah, my family, they are still in the. Sorry?
They are chanting.
No, actually, but maybe slowly they will try to do.
Yes,
because
yes.
they are completely in a different.
Yes, not only even we
Yeah.
are in the same way. We were actually, we are also very different.
So that immediately going and putting on them, maybe it will affect in a different
You
way.
cannot pressurize them. So by Sukruti.
Yeah, slowly maybe they'll be getting
Yes,
into
yes.
it. But
yes.
Yeah, as you said, giving everything at a time, it may not work.
Yes.
For me, actually, I was in this path. Even I'm into this because first we have to get them into the path. Then, if you can tell them, they will realize.
Yes.
That is what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Next, Suman Mate.
Yes, Prabhuji. The sessions were great, especially the video which just now we saw about Prabhupada Swamiji. I didn't know about him, though I have visited ISKCON temple many a times, but I did not know about him. It was really knowledgeable, and about the chanting, I have started. Slowly, I think I'll increase in the coming days. And thank you so much for doing this great work. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for attending, Mataji. Next, Bhavani Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Prabhuji, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ Mataji. Any language is fine.
ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಇದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಷನ್. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವಾಗ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಹೊಸ ವಿಚಾರ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ವಿಚಾರ, ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಪಾಠ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಅರ್ಥ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಅರ್ಥ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ನಮ್ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನೋ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು, ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅದು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಸರಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಇದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಗುರು ಅನ್ನೋರು ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ನನ್ಗೆ. ಹೇಗ್ ನಮ್ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಒಬ್ಬ ಗುರು ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೂಲಕನೇ ನನ್ನನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರನೇ ತಗೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಹೊಸ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು, ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಬಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸುರತಾಜಿ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಅನ್ನೋದು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನಮಗ್ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂಥರ ಬೇಜಾರಾಗೋದು. ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ನೈವೇದ್ಯ ಇಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗ್ ಒಂದ್ ಅಗಳು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಮನ್ಸು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಮಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಚೇಂಜಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಲೈಫಲ್ಲಿ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ದಿನಾನು ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಅದೇನೋ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಒಂದು ದಿನ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಏನೋ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಂಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಮತ್ತೇನಾದ್ರು 100% ನಾನು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ತರ ಆ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಹೇಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಅದು ಕಳ್ಕೊಳಕ್ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ತುಂಬಾ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇವ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಕೈ ಮುಗಿಯೋ ಒಂದಿದ್ದೆ ನಾನು. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ದೇವ್ರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ದೇವ್ರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು, ಆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನಿಂದ ನಾವು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನ್ ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಬೇಕು, ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳು ಓದೋದು ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಅದ್ರಿಂದ ನಮ್ ಜೀವನ ದೇವ್ರು ತೋರ್ಸಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಬದುಕನ್ನ ಹೇಗ್ ನಾವು ಲೀಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ತುಂಬಾ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ. ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಪ್ರೇರೇಪಣೆ ಕೊಡಿ. ಮಂಡೇ ಇಂದ ಕನ್ನಡ ಸೆಷನ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕ ಇರೋರ್ಗೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಅವರು ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಅವ್ರ ಜೀವನನು ಉದ್ಧಾರ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸಾಂಗತ್ಯವಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಂಧು ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸಿಂಧು ಮಾತಾಜಿನ.
ವೆರಿ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟೆಡ್. ಅವರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ
ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಅವರು ಕನ್ನಡ ಸೆಷನ್ ಅಟೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ವೆರಿ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್.
ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಆ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ನೇ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದೀನಿ ನಾನು.
ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಿಕ್ಕವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
ಬಾಲಪ್ರಿಯ ಮಾತಾಜಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಎಸ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸಂಜೀವ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, thanks a lot first of all in distributing this knowledge, right, and trying to basically get us out of this ignorance, right? So I learned a lot, and then how much we can follow, right? That we have to see, but a lot of things what I have been seeing, right? Now whenever I do something, right, always try to see the gunas in that, right? You talked about multiple days, right? You talked about all three gunas, right? So
that means you're searching for subtle things now, which is invisible.
Yeah, but yeah, it keeps on coming at least.
Yes.
And then I chant every day, but I have to increase it. And then I found few colleagues also in office. I think they know you also, and then they are from same temple. So and then it's very inspiring to see you and then all other co-hosts, right? Chandrasekhar ji and Prabhu and all. So being so disciplined, and then it's very inspiring actually. And then that's, you talked about association, right? And that I can see that has a big role to play, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the colleague I talked to, he also talked about that 4:30 to 6 o'clock, like all 16 round chanting, right? And then he does all the work in office also. So you have few colleagues like that. So I was always wondering that how they do. And the same, you talked about prasada, right? That they do not eat outside. So I was not able to understand before, right? Now I understand. But Prabhuji, some of this, right, it cannot happen alone, right? So
yes,
it can happen, but maybe family support also is needed. So that part still has to happen. But
yes, see, bro, family support, and we need the support of the surrounding also. So for that, we should do some endeavor for it. We have to have our endeavor to at least preach something. For example, this session, see, sometimes I cannot do. So next section, next batches, you can just promote to all your friends, your relatives or neighbors who are nearby. You will get a favorable association.
Yes.
If once attending the session, they'll understand what is life. Now, obviously, see, no one is bad, Prabhu, but everyone are ignorant. They cannot distinguish what is good or bad. So in that way, they take all the bad things. They think this is the only way I can live my life. So once they understand what is Bhagavad Gita and what is life, obviously everyone will change, Prabhu. Then at least forget about others. I'll get a good association. And even in the house with families also, say family members may not listen to us, but still we can ask them to attend the session at least. If they attend the session, at least somewhere they will learn, and some transformation definitely, Prabhu. At least 1% of changes will definitely happen.
Yeah.
So, yes. So for that we have to try, Prabhu.
And my mother always keeps on talking about all different things, because they are not that literate, right? So they read something, listen something from somewhere, right? But now I can connect that. Whatever you talked about, right? A lot of these things, right? Food stale for more than 3 hours, right? That is tamoguna. All those things, right? They keep on talking, right? But then now we know that it's authentic, right? It's from parampara, it's authentic, it's written somewhere. It's not just
even our ancestors, when they're old and they say us, no, we say, what is this? Superstitious. You think whatever. That way we even insult them.
Yeah.
So if we insult them, they'll not say for the next time. Anyhow, they'll not know us why to say.
Yeah. Nobody listens.
Yes. So we should try to respect the elders, because their each and every activity, it's a knowledge to us. We are definitely ignorant of those things. So they have that knowledge. but they are not in what I can say, mood of expression. How to say that, how to explain to us. They are not able to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Geeta Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
I'm very thankful to you, Guruji, and your team for conducting these sessions. Because this link I got in WhatsApp group, my school group, my childhood school group. So I joined, and then I'm really enjoying the.
Who shared it?
In the school group, Manjunath and my childhood friend till 7th standard we were classmates. So he had shared.
Okay.
So I joined this because this Bhagavad Gita, in not only in these 18 days, Guruji, I'm reading it since very long time. So since my childhood, I used to read few pages and stop. So school, that, this and all, it was there in my house, my father's house. Then when I got married, because I had a lot of belief in this Gita, so I purchased it when I got married. Then I started keeping in my house. So I have, because this I'm sharing because to all the whoever the followers and now joined, because the Gita will have lot of impact on our life, lot of impact. Once you start reading, you will realize that whenever I'm in a very depressed mood or I get scared, I hold Gita and I read that. Then it gives lot of answers for my questions. Because Gandhiji also has told Gita is the book where you get all the answers for your questions, all the answers for the questions in your life, whatever. So that's how I believed it, a strong believer of that. So, and I have seen miracles happening in my life throughout. Like, this is because we should have that knowledge to identify the miracles happening. This may be because of we have like some accidents maybe, so we have saved out of those accidents, so that we should have that vision to realize that. So this is all happening because we are reading Gita and we are adopting those things told in the Gita. So always I wanted to share these things because I am the again believer of dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. So if we safeguard the dharma,
Dharma will
protect.
Yes.
Protect us. So this is Gita is our dharma grantha of Hindus. So that always protected me. I've seen those miracles happening in my life. So I'm very happy that with your sessions, I've understood it in more depth. And you are giving such a good examples of everything, like through stories. I didn't know so many things. Like, because this is second reading, I'm in 18th chapter. So maybe again I'll read. I'll again, because whatever you have said in those shlokas, I've taken screenshots. So I go in depth and read. So again, definitely I'll understand it in more depth. I'm sure of that. So I'm very thankful to you and your team, Guruji. Actually, I feel this Gita should be inculcated in the child itself. Like, I feel these shlokas should be there in the textbooks also. They should have in the textbooks. I feel they should be there.
Bhagavad Gita should be one of a textbook, Mataji. Not in the textbook.
No, yes, that
Bhagavad
is.
Gita should be a subject.
But we should promote
Here, what
children.
happens is sometimes government is also now saying that they have to introduce Bhagavad Gita to schools. But we need a teacher who's an acharya. Practice.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's of no use. Yeah, because there's very subtle things where even the teacher will not be able to understand, and he will give his own philosophy. Then that's also not the right thing.
And I feel when we'll because I had taken Sanskrit as my language in high school and college, so I feel that Sanskrit language, when I read the shlokas, I may not understand completely all the words, but few words I will. But I feel Sanskrit language is a must. Like, everyone should know that knowledge. I feel I tried to see a Sanskrit teacher for my son, but I could not find out. I'm still searching. It's very important to know Sanskrit language, I feel.
Mataji, that is reality. Other than me or other than my house, anywhere outside you go, you find only demons. Nowhere you can find even a single good thing anywhere outside. So that is the world. All are behind sense gratification, behind adharma. No one knows what is dharma also. In Bhagavad Gita, it becomes an ordinary book. That's it. And many outsiders, I don't name them, Even many outlets, they promote Bhagavad Gita and everything, but they themselves don't know what is Bhagavad Gita. So that is the situation.
I've told whoever I met my friend, or if they're telling any, like they have this problem, that problem, I always tell them, you first buy Gita book and start reading it. Then you will know the answers for your problems, whatever. I always told many people these things. Really, I'm very happy to be a part of this these sessions actually. Guruji, one more thing actually, I did not buy Japamala till now. The reason is my sister had ordered Bhagavad Gita book 3-4 months back. She got that book along with the Japamala. In that, 2 beads are already broken. So she said, when I got it was in this mode. So I said, if I order also, if I get same thing, my conscience will not allow me to take it as Japamala. So I thought of preparing myself with a pearl, Japamala. So I need some time to prepare that. Till that, then I'm.
Till then you can purchase one. After that, yourself.
That's what, where exactly I get, because everything for me, it should be in a clean thing. Sanctity it should have. I'm a believer of that actually.
No, Mataji. No, Mataji. You cannot progress in that.
I know, definitely I'll do.
I'll share my experience also. I also have the same mood as your. I wanted everything to be perfect. But yes, we can endeavor to be perfect. Sometimes we should be in a, that's what I'm saying, simplicity. Accept whatever it comes. If you get a broken beats, fine. What's wrong in it? In that place, without beat, you can chant one round and then go from. We make it practical. Make your life practical, Mataji. Otherwise, life becomes horrible. You cannot expect.
Yeah, that also I've experienced.
Yeah.
Yes, Guru.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, man. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Guru.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
So after,
Namaste,
go ahead. Vinod Prabhu, Kishore, everyone to speak sometime.
Namaste, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Nandaraj Prabhu.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ನಂದು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಂಬಂಧವಾಗಿ 2 ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿದಾವೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ.
ಹೇಳಿ.
ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ, ನಿನ್ನೆ ಎಂಡಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ, ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತುಳಸಿ ಮಾಲ ತಗೊಬೋದಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಿ, ತುಳಸಿ has some restrictions. So if you are not yet purchased, then better not to purchase tulsi mala. Rather than that, there is neem mala and those things, other things you can purchase. Okay. So tulsi mala means you should be a little bit pure, or else somewhere it is said that it has to be received from a guru. So you have to get initiation, many things. If you're already having tulsi mala, it's not a problem. You can continue. If you are supposed to purchase, then you can purchase other than tulsi. Okay. Yes, Prabhu. Please continue, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, yesterday had told that black magic will hold good ಅಂತಂದೇಳಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ.
Hold good.
I mean to say that it works out ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಸಮೇತ.
Yes, it works out. It works.
ಅದು ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಭಗವಾನರು ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಳಿದಾರ?
ಹೌದು, ಭಗವಂತನೇ.
ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ನಂಬಿಕೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಭ್ರಮೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಿದ್ದೆ.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು ಹೇಳುದು. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ದ ಅದನ್ನ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ನನ್ಗ್ ಮನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬಂದಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾತಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನು ಶಕ್ತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಹೌದು,
ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಇವತ್ತು ಕೊಲೆಗಾರನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಶಕ್ತಿನೂ ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಶುದ್ರ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡೋರ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೋರ್ಕೊಂತ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಲ್ಲ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಹಂಗೆ ಇರು.
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ, ನಿನ್ನೆ ನೀವು ವಿಭೀಷಣ, ರಾಮ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ರಾಮ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಧ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದು ರೇಗಿದ್ರು ರಾವಣ ಅವರು ಅಂತಂದ್ರಲ್ಲ. ವಿಭೀಷಣ, ರಾವಣ ಮತ್ತು ಮೂವರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರ ರಾಮ್, ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳ. ಐ ಮೀನ್, ಮೇ ಯು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇದು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೈನ್.
ಆ ಸ್ಟೋರಿನ
just
okay. Actually, this I was saying for association. So he did not had any association because he was in Lanka. It was filled with demons. As now we are also the same.
Yes.
We are filled with demons, so we don't have any association.
Also.
Same way he was. So he wanted the association of Lord Ram. So he started writing Lord Ram's name on the walls.
Also.
Rama he was writing. This message went to Ravana. Then he became very angry on him and he came with a sword so that somehow or the other I should kill him if he is doing so. Then he entered the room and he saw that, yes, all the walls were written as Rama. And finally Vibhishana said, my dear brother, it is not Lord Rama, it is you and my
Mandodari.
Mandodari and Ravana. I'm chanting both of your names. And he was very pleased. He just left him there and he went. He forgave him. But when there was opportunity to leave him, he left Ravana and he went to Lord Ramachandra for sure.
ಅದೇ ವಿಭೀಷಣ ಅವರು ರಾಮ ಅವರನ್ನ ಮನಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ he was a disciple of Rama ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ.
Yes, Andre, see, it is many things to learn in this small story. To learn. We should be smart enough. Sometimes, for example, you are a devotee in Dubai or Qatar, somewhere. Outside, you cannot come and chant, you know. So you should be very careful. And there are so many devotees there who do Ratha Yatra also. They take a big hall. Within the hall also, they'll do Ratha Yatra, they do Kirtans. But nothing inside, they don't come out. In this way, sometimes we should be very smart also, like Vibhishana. When there is a situation that something is going to happen to you, yes, you change accordingly. And then the most important thing is to be connected to Krishna. Some or the other. That Krishna Prabhupada says, hook or crook, be a devotee, that's it. So it depends. Sometimes time, circumstances demands us in such way. Yes, you have to behave in such way. But see that ultimately you will be the devotee.
ಅದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ. ಈಗ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುವಾದ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋ ಬುಕ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕವನ್ನ ಅನುವಾದ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಇದೆಯಾ? ಈಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ
ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ
ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕನ್ನಡದ ಶ್ಲೋಕದ. ಈಗ ಹಿರೇಮಂಗಳೂರು ಕಣ್ಣನವರು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಶ್ಲೋಕಗಳನ್ನ ಆ ತರ ಯಾವ್ದಾರು ಉಂಟಾ?
ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನೇ, ಇವಾಗ ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದೋ ಒಂದು ಶ್ಲೋಕ
ಏವಂ ಸತತಯುಕ್ತಾಯ ಅಂತ ಇದೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಏವಂ ಸತತಯುಕ್ತಾಯ ಭಕ್ತಾನ 12ನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ 1ನೇ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಶ್ಲೋಕ, ಅದೇ ತರ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುವಾದ ಮಾಡಿದ ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಸಿಗ್ತದ?
ಇದೆ. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಯಥಾರೂಪ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ.
ಸರಿ, ಆಯ್ತು. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಯಥಾರೂಪ ಅನ್ನೋದಾ?
ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಯಥಾರೂಪ
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಾಮಿ?
ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಎಸ್, ಕಿಶೋರ್ ಪ್ರಭು.
ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತಾ ಯಥಾರೂಪ.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Let's say I was in a dark place. I even stopped worshipping or believing. It's hard to read any scriptures actually. For our understanding, it's Sanskrit and everything, and with my knowledge, I can't understand. But to accept God or to know God, you taught us actually two simple things: chanting and prasadam. You don't need to learn or read or anything scriptures just by chanting and surrendering to God. That makes the difference actually for me, because to read a book like Bhagavad Gita, I understand that you thought something, but to continue or something like that with a book like Bhagavad Gita, it is hard for people like me. But simple chanting and prasadam made a huge difference in my life. Thank you, Guruji.
It's not me, Prabhu, it's Srila Prabhupada and my spiritual master. It's a parampara from Brahma, Narada, Vyasmuni. It's just coming as a parampara flowing. And in this way, day by day, it is based on the Vesha Kala Patra, time, place, circumstances. They are getting degraded. So Acharyas make it more and more and more and simplified so that we can take it. So actually during Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's time, you have to chant 64 rounds to take Diksha, to take initiation. Reduced to 16 rounds. So Acharyas make it simplified. And actually it is they who pray to the Lord on behalf of us. I take the responsibility of the soul. We see that. Make him liberated from this. Oh, Acharyas, the great devotees, really, because of them we are today, Prabhu. And that there are many we know, not even heard about them. So during Naimisharanya, in Naimisharanya, there were more than 60,000 sadhus who were doing yajna for thousands of years for the welfare of the humanity. And today we are getting some rain or something grows in the land or some good is happening, means it is only because of them. I'll just say a small example, like, for example, you turn on your fan. After a while you off. What happens? It takes few minutes to stop. The same thing, what the yajnas and what all they have done, things, still it is rotating, so something good you are able to see till today. But still, yoga has not started. It's start shortly, I think. So it is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. The earth turns to red. Whatever you sow as a seed, nothing grows. And sometimes we'll be experiencing even fire rain. Fire rain. Hot water, boiling hot water as rain. Many things supposed to come. So we shouldn't be till that time, I think. Somewhere we should become serious in our Krishna consciousness. Yes, yes. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Please spread this message to all your friends and relatives and see that you get a good association. It's for not them, it is for my protection.
Yes, absolutely. I understand that.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Next. Vinod Prabhu, would you like to speak?
Jai Shri Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
First of all, I'm thankful to your team and you, sir. It is a very wonderful session, and I got so much of depth knowledge. Actually, earlier also I joined. I tried to join the Bhagavad classes, but because of some work pressure, I couldn't join. But these 18 days, I joined without missing a single class. It was a wonderful experience, and I got so many knowledges which I didn't know earlier. For that, I'm very thankful to you and your team. Jai Shri Krishna.
Are you chanting, Prabhu?
Yes, I'm chanting.
And what about your family?
Family also. There also.
Yes, wonderful. If it is as a family, as a team, definitely you can progress. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. I hope it's done for today. And tomorrow it's 18th, the last session. But after that, there will be a conclusive session on Sunday, where all the 18 chapters, around in 30 to 40 minutes, also, just the essence of all the chapters. That will be the last Sunday. And from Monday, we'll be having chanting sessions. So 30 minutes session. So the link will be posted in the group. Just. Okay. Yes, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, anything else, Prabhu?
Prabhuji, in chat, there is a follow-up question on that Rudrakshamala. Can you just brief on that?
What about
Rudrakshamala?
Rudrakshamala, you can chant on Rudrakshamala. Or any mala, it's fine. Nothing wrong with it. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. So apart from this, so request everyone to promote the Kannada batch, and also every Saturday we gather for Sankirtana at Electronic City. So whoever is nearby can participate. We'll
That's
post
tomorrow,
the details. No? Yes, Saturday. Yeah. Yes. So that they can plan for that today. So.
Following session will be in Kannada. Monday it will be in Kannada. Still, we are not decided for the next English match. Let's see. I have some other things also. But let's see. Okay. Yes, thank you. I thank each and every devotee who participated in today's session. So let's chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up for today. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Thank you to all. Now I'll give the option to unmute yourself. So say one Hare Krishna and leave the session. Okay. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Suman Mataji Hare Krishna, Praveen Kumar Prabhu Hare
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji Hare Krishna, Leelavati Mataji Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji Hare Krishna, Jai Sudha Mataji Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Raj Mataji Hare Krishna, Sridhar Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhu Hare Krishna, Manas Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Vasant Prabhu Hare Krishna, Mahalakshmi Mataji Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Arun Kumar Hare Krishna, Shashidharaya Prabhu Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you to all. Hare Krishna. Raju Prabhu, Pramod Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Chandrasekhar Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Raja Prabhu, Pramod Prabhu, Sunath Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you all for joining the session. Tomorrow we'll continue chapter 18. Hare Krishna.